Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm a Monk, and today we are going to be doing another video on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I've recently done a video for the Skull Servants deck, and so I figured I would share a few of my other classic retro OG decks as well. Now, this one is going to be all about the Harpies, ladies. Now, personally, I love the older decks. I know that there are the newer top tier 1 decks that will absolutely get you to platinum as long as you know how to use the decks. However, I like to make the OG decks like Harpies, Blue Eyes, Dark Magicians, all of the cards that we would see in the original Yu-Gi-Oh animes. Also, my daughter is absolutely obsessed with Harpie Ladies. So I put together a Harpie Ladies deck and I went at it this season and last season actually with Harpies. It done a little bit better last season than it did this season. Did manage to get into gold this season. I will be showing a complete gameplay as well of this deck. But as you can see, this is the deck that I'm using. So let's go through the cards. Also, just before we get into that, if you enjoy this video and want to see more just like it and deck builds in general, or even comment down below the deck build that you want to see, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on more. Now, as you can see, we are using 1 Maxi and 2 Ash Blossoms in this deck. Neither one of them should really need to be explained too much. Everyone is talking about those cards. So I guess up first, we have 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1. Now, I like Harpie Lady 1 because it gives a generalized boost of 300 attack. We also then have Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon. Maybe a bit confrontational, don't necessarily need this in a deck. I personally quite like it. The more Harpies you end up having on the field, the more boost you will get with this card. My favourite being, if you have 3 Harpie Ladies out, you can destroy one of your opponent's cards. Any card. Next up, we have 3 copies of Harpie Queen, possibly the strongest Harpie Lady in the game, in generalized power at least. But if you discard her, you will get 1 copy of Harpie Hunting Ground. I love Harpie Hunting Ground. It means you have a lot of back row removal, so it's important to have. Next up, we have Harpie Chancellor. If you discard 1 Harpie card, you can special summon a Harpie in defense position. It means you get an extra Harpie Lady out. And generally, I quite like it. I have 3 copies of that in my deck. We then have 2 copies of Harpie Harpist. One of Harpie Harpist's abilities is if it was sent to the graveyard this turn, you can target 1 level 4 winged beast monster with 1500 or less attack and then add it to your hand. Then we have 1 copy of Harpie Perfumer. If you normal or special summon this card, you get to add 1 spell or trap card from your deck that says Harpie Lady on it, so you can have an Elegant Egotist, for instance. If you have a level 5 or higher Harpie card, you can actually do this twice. We then have 3 copies of Harpie Oracle. If you have a level 5 Harpie monster already out, you can special summon this card. If this is normal or special summoned, you can get 1 spell or trap card from the graveyard that says Harpie Lady on it. We also have 1 copy of Harpie Pet Dragon. And 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Card Destruction, 1 Harpie's Feather Duster you should probably have in every deck you own. We have 2 copies of Swords of Revealing Light, because every now and again you may draw a brick. We have 1 Raigeki, because Raigeki is just overpowered even still. We have 1 Dark Hole, going a bit old school with that card. And of course we have 3 Elegant Egotist. Definitely do need them. We have 1 Lightning Vortex, again a bit old school. 2 copies of Harpie Hunting Ground. I did try running this with just 1 copy, but I found that I really needed that 2nd copy. We have 3 copies of Heretic Sign. If you summon this card down, you will get an Elegant Egotist. If this is removed, you get to draw up to 3 Harpie cards with different names from your deck to your hand. We also have 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Forbidden Droplet, and 2 Hysteric Parties. These cards are brilliant. You discard 1 card, you get all your Harpies back from the graveyard. And it turns out harpies do actually have a link harpie as well. Harpie conductor. Personally, don't use her too much. But we also have harpie pet dragon is an XYZ as well. We also have a chance of summoning a Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which is very overpowered if you manage to do that. But the one piece in this entire deck you absolutely must make sure you have is Cyber/Harpie Lady. She is ridiculously good, and she's very good for a reason that a lot of cards actually protect against destruction, whereas Cyber/Harpie actually returns it to your hand, kind of getting around that protection that a lot of cards do. Honestly, I've got a lot of wins because of this card. And you can use it when you use a spell card. You can use it when your opponent uses a spell card. It's a very, very overpowered effect and really makes this deck work very, very well. Now, something I would say about the Harpie deck is that it has a lot of leeway. I think most decks do in general, but I feel like the Harpies have so many new cards that have been added, so much support that you can build this deck in almost any way you want to. For instance, you could have more Perfumiers, and you could have less Harpists, or you could have less Oracles to get in those extra Perfumers. It really is up to you. I know a lot of people don't play with any pet dragons at all, and they also don't play with any hunting grounds or Harpy Queens. But in my extensive playtime with the Harpie deck, this is how I like to run it. I get the most effect from the cards this way, and I'm going to show you a bit of gameplay. This is obviously in ranked. This is gold. I think I may be gold 4, gold 3, something like that. Not particularly high this season so far, but I've been trying out a lot of random decks. As you can see, straight off on turn 1, we're able to get out our big Harpie now. And we got back another Elegant Egotist, which is going to be helpful for us on the next turn as well. I could have stamped down that Sword of Revealing Light, but I kind of kept it because I have that trap card down that can get everything back out from the graveyard. So I wasn't sure which card I wanted to discard. So we got our Baby Dragon, Swords Revealing Light down. And of course, because we've done that, we're able to remove one of their cards. And we're also able to dump back out from the graveyard, which is absolutely brilliant. So we removed one of their cards, we got Swords of Revealing Light down, and because we summoned extra Harpies, we're able to get rid of cards on their back line as well. And now we got Harpie Pet Baby Dragon, who also activated its special turn and destroyed their card. Now, they actually had a 6 Samurai deck. I personally love 6 Samurai decks, and I'll be showing a deck build for a 6 Samurai deck as well. I think you can play 6 Samurai even in this modern age. Up against those tier 1 decks, you may struggle, but it's still a lot of fun to do. So that's been a video. That was my deck build. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, comment down below the deck builds that you would like to see next. I think I'm definitely going to show you guys the 6 Samurai deck, maybe even an Exodia. But yeah, let's have some fun with this. Until next time, take it easy.